Well, now it's Saturday. I'm back home from spending half the day at work. Boy, I get tired of that. Anyway, there's the big Ford. Don't look too bad out in the sunshine. Not too bad. Ford, yep. I guess it'll be alright. Alright, enough of that. I brought home a piece of railroad track from work. That's uniquely shaped, isn't it? Had to open the doors to warm it up in here. It's about 50 outside. Excuse me. And it's 46 or so in here. It's Valentine's Day, so I don't have much time out here since I wasted half the day at work, but I'm going to do a little welding on this steering. Get that welded in place and then pull that steering shaft out and weld it there and there. And get a little something done anyhow. Alright, I welded that bracket that goes there to the frame, and I've tacked those where they need to be. I'm going to go ahead and remove these joints so that I can weld that all the way around without fear of melting the seals and the caps there. Well, that sounded easy and logical, but I can't get the caps out no further than that. I don't know what you call it, the post that comes up from the cross doesn't push the cap out far enough where it starts hitting the cross. So I guess I'll just have to tighten it back up and weld gently, if such a thing is possible. Alright, got those welded on there. It didn't warm things up too bad. I probably shouldn't even bother to try to take it apart, but that's where thinking gets you. So now I'm going to put this back on the truck. I got a little dilemma here. This is what goes on the steering column, but I need to be able to take that steering column apart at some point, so I kind of hate to weld it there. I think what I'm going to do is drill a 3/8 hole all the way through, and then just use the good grade 8 bolt double nutted, and then 2 tacks, so that in the event I do have to take it apart at some point, right there, I can just cut those tacks and take the bolt out. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I've shown this before. I don't think I even took any video of what that steering column looks like inside there, but I machined this piece down on my lathe over there so it would fit inside that round shaft that was original, and then welded it and double pinned it. And then this is a wheel bearing off I forgot what kind of lawnmower, but it worked perfect. 3/4 inch shaft, and I forgot what size that is, 1 3/8 or something. It fit right in there, so it's a lawnmower wheel bearing. It'll work out great. Alright, enough talking, let me get back to work. Alright, I got my U-joint in my little vise here. It's got a groove right there, which makes it nice for clamping round pieces. Bought that at a yard sale one time. I'm going to go ahead and drill all the way through here, and then as soon as I grow a couple more arms, I'm going to stick my steering shaft in there where it needs to be and drill through it. Well, I had to take the steering column apart again because this was holding me up from getting the shaft all the way in the U-joint, and I want to do it all on the press so everything lines up. But that's how I put that together. That piece slides up inside this one, and then I drilled 2 holes. I can't remember now if it was 5/16 or 1/4 inch, but put bolts through it and then welded them on both sides, and then welded the shaft to this shaft. So I don't think that'll break. And there's my lawnmower wheel bearing. Alright, now I got to reassemble the steering column. I think I'm going to leave that 5/16. I'm afraid if I drill to 3/8 it'll take too much of the parent metal out. And the reason I'm going to tack weld the U-joint there is usually when a pin through something like that wears out, it's because of a little bit of slop. And it's constantly moving back and forth and winds out wearing the pin off and shearing it. So I think if I give it 2 good tack welds, it'll take that out of the equation, and it'll still be reliable and safe. Alright, I got a good grade 5 or grade 8, I'm sorry, 5/16 bolt through there, double nutted. I'm going to tack weld it there, on the other side good. And then I'm going to cut that little extra nub off there so it don't get tangled up on whatever it could get tangled up on. And then I'll put it in there. I think I'll put the steering wheel on after. Alright, I think it's ready. There's a tack there, and a tack there. Cut the little nub off. I'm itching to see if it'll turn the wheels. What happened?
I dropped a wrench.
What?
I was knocking all types of things.
Yeah, you're like a bull in a china shop. You about to get that bolt tight?
What?
You about to get that bolt tight?
Looks like it.
Huh?
Looks like it, but I'm not so sure.
Well, as soon as you get it tight, we're going to put the steering wheel on and see if the wheels turn. What do you think about that? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Alright, this steering wheel goes on this little tapered shaft right here and has a keyway. So we're going to install that. I added this there just because. Alright, get in front of the steering wheel.
Okay, but there ain't much glass there.
Nope. Alright, turn the steering wheel. Let's see what happens. Turn it.
Okay.
Turn it.
That's about all I can turn it.
Well, I see the wheel wiggling. Let me see what I can do here. I think it's going to be okay. Be nicer when the power steering's working.
Yeah.
It's hard to show on camera. Turn the wheel and hold the camera, but I think it's going to work. Everything looks to be pretty stable and functioning. So, hooray, we got the steering working on Valentine's Day. You about ready to go to the babysitters?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up for the day. That wasn't much, but it was a little something. Now we'll do something. Something. Here's a couple other items of interest, possibly. We got a little more track back here. This is from old trolley tracks where the cars would turn a corner. I guess they added this extra lip there so they would not derail. And I cut off a little hunk with a torch. I need to work on it a little bit, but it seems to me that might be a pretty handy dolly. Oh, and something else. Broke binder. This from old lead joint cast iron water line, which is still in service. So you hear them talking about lead. That's in the old water lines. Interesting, huh? It's kind of a neat picture, ain't it? What are you doing, kitty cat? I see you ain't got no bald spots. You're almost as friendly as Sparky. Alright, enough sappy stuff. Quiet cat. Oh yeah, here's something else I got a while back. Friend gave it to me. I gotta fix it up a little bit. A couple rust holes there. But I think it'll work. There's that cat again. Better stay off my hood. It won't listen.